Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, buy low, sell high targets for your teams in fantasy baseball. Avery Chenier, Jeremy Roach. Very special news again. The giveaway, we were at 1,000 subscribers, is going to be pinned in the comment section below for your chance to enter. Jer, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Giveaway, love it. Our followers have been awesome. Love the support, guys. Keep it coming. Keep your questions coming. We love answering your guys' questions. You guys have been awesome. And let's get it going. I love this segment personally. I mean, trades can make your team. Like, that's the truth.
Trades can make your team. Absolutely. Waiver wire can make your team. Everything.
You never want to give up on a player, but giving up on that player can 100%.
But we hope that other players in your league or other team managers in your leagues will give up on the players.
Yes.
So that's who we're going to try and target.
Yeah.
So how about you get to your buy low guy first?
So my buy low guy is someone, obviously a very popular name, and that's Lucas Giolito. A couple rough starts to start the year. I mean, we saw that he wasn't a morning person and had his worst start of the year, which he came out and talked about it. Shout out to the Rose rotation for getting that interview. But he talked about it and said he lost him the game in the first inning, which was obviously true.
Yeah,
Two position players came in. But this is a guy who, Avery, you put in your top 5 pitchers this year.
Yes.
Let's not forget, okay, he has that bad start. Okay, he's averaging 8.25 strikeouts a game right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we watched him pitch against Detroit yesterday.
But I'm going to pin that on Tony La Russa.
For keeping him in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
But I sort of like that they use Giolito almost too much in the game. I don't mind that. I do not mind that, because when he's fighting for pitches later on, he's pitching a great game, he's going to keep him in.
Yes, Tony La Russa is dumb. Tony La Russa makes terrible pitching decisions. But at some point during the year, we're going to be happy that Tony La Russa keeps Lucas Giolito in the game late. Yes, I agree with that.
So who do you think, I mean, this is my guy. I'm going to shout out a guy here, and I offered it in my league. Hopefully this guy doesn't watch these episodes. But that's Jack Flaherty for Giolito. You think that someone would take that trade?
I would hope so. I don't know if they would, because those are second, third round picks. You don't know if you want to give up on those guys so early.
Because the ERA does not look good right now.
Yes, these are people who just don't know their actual value. We get some of the comments of guys who are top 4 round picks, and they're just like, should I be dropping this guy? And we're like, no. What's wrong with them? Nothing's wrong with them. We're in April still. It's stuff like that. No worries on Lucas Giolito for me.
Yeah, I think for sure. I would, if you don't have him on your team, I would throw something out there. I mean, he's an ace on any fantasy team. High strikeout pitcher that can go deep into games.
Will start to get wins as well.
Yes. So Lucas Giolito is my buy low.
I've said all I have to say about Lucas Giolito. I love Lucas Giolito, so I would do this. But I have Lucas Giolito on pretty much all of my fantasy teams, so I'm fine. I'm in a good spot. My first buy low player is Ozzie Albies of the Atlanta Braves. He's been pretty unlucky to start this season. 183 batting average on balls in play has him in the bottom 5% of the league. But if you actually look at his expected stats, he's actually improved from his 2019 season where he had 25 plus bombs, 84 RBIs. So 312 expected batting average is top 10% in the league, and his current batting average is terrible. You guys are going to see it on the screen there. His expected slugging percentage and his expected weighted on-base average are currently his career bests. So the numbers look terrible on paper to start, but he's really not playing badly at all. He's a top 2 second baseman, top 3 second baseman in the league. So he's hitting the ball harder than ever as well. 38% hard hit rate, brought his strikeout rate back down to 16% already, and his walk rate is a career best 9.2%. It's just unlucky how he's gone so far. You need someone else in your league who is not looking at advanced statistics. They're concerned with Ozzie Albies to start the year, and you're like, oh, I've got to sell this guy. I need someone better, like Nick Solak or something like that. These are 2 maybe top 5 guys, but I would take Ozzie Albies any day. He is going to get hot. Get on Ozzie Albies in your leagues before the breakout, before the numbers even out as they should. He's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the second base category in general, and it has not been what we were expecting.
No.
Hira has been terrible. He was top 6 second baseman, top 5 second baseman in most rankings. And then you get into guys like Lowe. It's Lowe, right?
No.
Not Lau.
No, it's Lau.
Lau, who's been bad too.
Yeah.
DJ has not been very good.
No.
DJ and Ozzie were supposed to fight for that number one spot. I do agree with you on Ozzie. I think that he's got a ton of value and that he's definitely a buy low guy that, especially at a second base position, getting someone who's solid there, it's so helpful for your fantasy teams.
All right, let's get into our fight.
So we're getting into sell high. Obviously, no one likes selling a guy who's doing amazing. This is the hardest thing to do as a fantasy manager, but these are the type of moves that wins you leagues. This is something that Avery and I have been fighting about for the past 4 hours. It's Rhys Hoskins. I'm putting sell high on him, and I'm just going to put this out there, disclaimer, I do have him on my team, and I will be sending offers. So no chirping in the comments about me on this. This is serious. He's at 33.3% strikeout percentage. It's the highest of his career. Match that with his lowest walk percentage of his career at 5.2. Yes, I know he's leading the league in home runs, which Avery is going to say that, which he's tied for. But
still leading, though.
What happens when he's not hitting home runs? Does he just strike out and you leave him on your bench? Because that's going to happen. He's not going to keep up this pace. So he is my sell high. I do think that you can get a really solid player. And it's a long year. The MLB is a long season, and those numbers will not sustain. So I am going to sell high on Rhys Hoskins.
Okay, here's my argument. Rhys Hoskins has been a guy who walks a ton, right?
Yes.
So if Rhys Hoskins starts to struggle, starts to strike out too much while not hitting the home runs, I think right now they have him in the 2-hole. They're like, Rhys, go do your thing. Swing as hard as you can. Who cares if you strike out? And it's working.
But wouldn't that be the 4-hole?
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to talk about their lineup management. I'm just saying he's in the 2-hole. He's not getting that many RBIs on his home run, which is a problem with him being in the 2-hole. So maybe if they change that up, Bryce Harper's getting on base a ton. Maybe if Bryce Harper's in front of Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah, that helps him.
Yes, that would help him. So lineup's not really helping him as much as it could right now. But for a guy whose whole career has been taking walks, it is easy if you start to struggle to go back to what you know. And what does he know? Getting on base. Not striking out, getting on base. Rhys Hoskins has been amazing at that. I have no issues with Rhys Hoskins that's at this strikeout rate while hitting these home runs. If he starts to struggle, he's just going to get on base. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen.
This is a comment fight that we'll have our viewers comment below if you're selling high on Rhys Hoskins or not. We want to hear it. I want to hear it because I'm selling high. Avery's keeping. So make sure you comment below.
It was a must draft infielder for me, so I feel like I have to die on this hill, which is fine, which is why we do it. We love to do it. So it's nice to get a little bit of value out of him early in this season. But Rhys Hoskins, I'm keeping.
Okay.
But nonetheless, into my guy, sell high, of Ryan Weathers of the San Diego Padres. There was a couple other guys I wanted to do. They weren't rostered enough, so we'll keep it up. Guys who are rostered high. Finally seems cemented in the rotation after the Dinelson Lamet setback last week. You can see his current stats on the screen here, but there's reasons for concern. I'm going to tell you guys why I don't think they're sustainable. He's getting hit very hard, 22nd percentile in average exit velocity against, 40% hard hit rate against. He only has a 4% chase rate on his pitches, which means there is going to be worries about the strikeout potential, which already he's under a strikeout per inning, I'm pretty sure. ERA is 0.59 or 0.54. I can't even read my own writing, but his expected ERA is 3.68, which is probably the biggest differentiation in some of the stats in Major League Baseball. Not great, so he's got really lucky. As Ozzie Albies was unlucky, Ryan Weathers has been very lucky to start this year. He'll be for sure, I think, on an innings limit as a new starter, as a young arm in that San Diego Padres rotation. I would try and dump Ryan Weathers in any of my leagues if I got him off the wire pretty early and try and get a good return for him.
So I got a question. I do like the pick. It's someone who's gotten a lot of hype and his roster percentage is going to go way up. He's coming into that rotation. Do you sell high before his first start, or do you hope that he has a good start and then sell high?
You hope he has a good start. I haven't looked at who he's pitching against next, but some people who don't know who Ryan Weathers were before and then took a chance on him after his good start against the Dodgers or earlier in the season, they're like, oh, this guy's great. Maybe I'll try and get someone good for him. I think that's what we're looking at here, but
I agree. I agree with you.
But I think if he has a bad start in his next outing, then we're fucked. Like the value's gone out the window.
Yeah, you're taking a risk on starting him, but I do think there is a lot more value on him if he comes into that rotation and he gets that one. If his first start is really good, his value goes way up compared to trying to get him before.
Right now, his last start, he was good. You want to know if he cemented it, if he's actually legit, or if it was a fluke thing against a good Dodgers team and he's under. So kind of a tough spot to be put in. Let's see some down in the comments who you'd be trading Ryan Weathers for, or who you'd want to receive for him, and we'll tell you what we think of that trade and if we want to get rid of him right now. But that's all for me. Anything more from you?
No, great episode. Put down below who you're buy low, sell high. We'll let you know if you should sell them or not. And then make sure you enter the giveaway. Sub, join Discord.
Yeah, all important things. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.